Good morning. I'm going to talk to you today about free market economy, otherwise known as capitalism. As you know, the United States is a free market economy. And there's a reason a whole lot of the world's greatest inventions came from our country, the land of opportunity. We're talking about the telephone by Alexander Graham Bell. We're talking about the microchip by Jack Kilby at Texas Instruments. We're talking about the airplane developed by the Wright brothers, the light bulb perfected by Thomas Edison, anesthesia by Dr. William Morton. The personal computer came from the United States by a variety of people. The polio vaccine by Jonas Salk, and go back all the way to the 1800s, the cotton gin by Eli Whitney. Let's bring it up to modern times a little bit more. Let's talk about some current entrepreneurs that built their empires from next to nothing. Let's talk about Debbie Fields. Used to experiment with cookies in her kitchen as a teenager. She took that passion and made a business out of it, and at one time had 1,000 or more stores in all over the United States selling her famous cookies. Let's talk about Harlan Sanders from KFC. We all know about him. He started out and grew up during the Depression. He started out in restaurants and working in gas stations, and he started selling chicken at a roadside stand. During that, he developed his recipe with famous spices in his pressure cooker, and he grew that into an empire. Okay, let's talk about J.C. Hall, one of my favorite ones. J.C. Hall is the founder of Hallmark Cards. He used to sell Avon. Then he would sell postcards out of a shoebox. He made enough money to buy an engraving business, and he started making his own cards. He wrote his own words. He illustrated his own art, and he grew that company into more than 25,000 employees worldwide. And we can't forget about Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. They didn't have any money either. They started building computers, soldering wires together in Steve Jobs' garage. They built up a couple of models, took it to a bank, and they got a loan for $250,000. And that's how Apple Computers started. You're probably using their products right now as we speak. And we all know about Sam Walton. Started off after the Army with a $500 loan from his father to open up a retail store, a single small retail store, and he grew that into a great corporate empire there. So, what can we learn from this? We can learn that the United States creates a fantastic environment for people to build their lives around, to make some money, and to gain wealth on their own. It's there. There are tools here in our free market economy that allow you to do just that. What else do you need? You need a good work ethic. You need a drive to achieve. You need to have an idea, some sort of product or service that people are willing to pay for. Be ready to take a risk. And the interesting thing about capitalism, the sheer definition of capitalism is making money from money. Money reproduces itself. You add work, ideas, and risk, and you get more money. That is the way it is. So be lucky that you live in a country that allows you with these kinds of opportunities.